So we're under the dash on the Talbot, trying to change. There's the valve, that's the heater core, there's the valve, that's the heater valve. If I move the heater knob, you can see it at the top there, top left, moving. That's the top of the valve. Got the two pipes coming off. That thing there, that is the valve. Now, on coastal motorhomes, they only had one valve listed, but it says in the description to it, do a visual check, because there's two different types, and it says the one that I bought will fit this year and this, you know, this model of Talbot, but it looks totally different, completely different. The little valve itself is in a different place. On that one, as you can probably hopefully see, it's at the top, whereas this one, it's down there. Look, there it is. That's the actual valve. That's where the cable attaches, and that's the valve, and it goes in the opposite direction. On the one that's on it now, it's up here somewhere, and it's round, whereas that one is rectangular. It's not the shape that I'm worried about, it's just the location. Look, if I zoom in up there, alright, that's, see, it's on the top of it, and it looks totally different. So I can't phone them up today because they're shut, it's a weekend. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to have to wait until Monday, give them a ring, because even though it says it, I'm not going to take all this apart, because it'll be a pain in the arse probably to get it all to seal up again. I might be able to take it off and try and mend it. I'm in half a mind to take it off and try and mend it. I don't know yet, but I think what I'm going to do, I'll wait until Monday, phone them up, and if they say, oh yeah, you do need the other one, it's not listed on the website, but here it is, or whatever, happy days, I'll get it, and I'll just change it for a new one. But I don't know if I'll be able to make this work. I don't know if them fittings are going to be the same that either on there, so I'm not going to bother messing around with it today. You'll see this in a couple of seconds, but for me it'll probably be a week or two later on, and hopefully we'll have another valve and it'll be the right one. Or they'll turn around to me and say, oh no, I know, don't worry, it does look different, it looks like it ain't going to fit, it looks like that ain't going to work, but it does, in which case I'll just take it all off and put this new one on and see what happens. So I've decided to take the old one off anyway, so it's a bit cramped in here. I took the pipes off. Now I thought to myself, I wonder, because on the new one, where is it? On this new one, there's no screw or anything on the top there, but I wonder what's the chances that I can mend this old one and it's just blocked or seized up. And I wondered if it was a bit like a servo horn, where the top of it's got a screw, and after a small amount of struggling, lo and behold, there is a screw on the top. I can't see the screen on the camera, so I don't know if this is focusing, and I don't know if you can actually see any of this, but there's a screw, and if we turn, see, it's not actually turning anything on the inside, it's just turning the little thing. And if we look in here, in this top one, hopefully it's going to focus on it, I don't know whether. Oh come on, this is meant to be a decent camera. There it is. Look at the gloop in the top one now. Nothing in the bottom one. Now I blew down this hose here, which I think, I don't know where it goes, but it blew a load of stuff out of here, and all that came out was little flakes of, I'm assuming it's just rust. Loads of little flakes. So we've got a new radiator, but I probably am going to have to replace this heater core, this matrix. It's probably blocked up with rust and stuff. But I'm going to take this valve off and see if I can free it up. I might just about reuse this valve here. Might not have to get a new one after all, we'll see. Right, I've got it out now. So I had to take the top off because I couldn't get the cable thing off. I didn't want to break it because obviously I want to be able to reuse this valve. So that's the top. If we look down there, I don't think you're going to be able to see. I think it's going to be too dark. But this must be where the water goes in. It must go through the core and then go out here. Must come up, in. No, it must go that way. Oh, I don't know what way it bloody goes. Either way, this is seized up. The valve inside is seized. So, let's go and see if we can unseize it. Right, many other projects on the go. Broken transmitters, charging batteries, but they can all move aside. Welding screens that need to be mended, they can all move aside. Everything can move aside. Let's see if we can clean some of this out, spray some oil in it, some lubricating, penetrating fluid, and I want to try and free the little valve up. So that is the plan. If all else fails, we can always use a little bit of heat, but then again it gets hot every time I use it, doesn't it? So that's not really going to do a lot. Let's get a screwdriver. Just want a little flat-end screwdriver. Look, we'll try and scoop some of it. Oh, there, look. It's like a paste. Chunks. It's like a rusty paste. That's what was going around the engine. That's what was going around the engine. That's what I found in that radiator. Because I flushed out the whole engine. I flushed out the rad. I flushed everything out. Let's use brake cleaner. I flushed everything out. Once with the old rad, and then when I put the new rad in, I flushed it all out. Now I did have my suspicions that the reason why the heater might not be working was because it was blocked up. I did have my suspicions. Hopefully we'll be able to unseize it without doing too much damage. There it is. It's going. It's going. See if you can watch. Ready? Got the pliers on the actual valve itself. Here we go. It's a little bit crunchy. I can see it moving on the inside now. Yes. Needs a lot of cleaning out. I might take it indoors and run the tap through it with some hot soapy water. Give it a good old clean out, good old flush. And hope, because it's like a little servo arm that goes on top there. Obviously that was turning, but the valve itself wasn't. This looks like it's in good condition, but if I didn't actually look at it, I should have looked. If the little arm is broken, is stripped, it won't turn this anymore. I might have to super glue it in place, which is always an option. There's no reason why I can't super glue it. But if I can get the valve working, we're most of the way there. The valve is working now. Oops. Right, I'm going to take it indoors, warm hot soapy water, give it a flush out, because you're not going to be able to see, the light's not going to be good enough. Put this torch here, look, can you see that? I don't know. If I put that up the end, where have we got to go? There we go. I think you can see that end. What way is it now? It's shut, so it's the opposite of what it was. No. What is it? It's half open, half shut. Right, I'll be back in a minute. Alright. So, hopefully now you can see. I think you can. There you go. See the white in there? That's the valve. The amount of stuff, literally I was there for about 10 minutes washing it through, turning the valve, washing it through, thick chunks and gloop like that. I don't even know how there was so much in there, you know. It's pretty mad how there was so much in there. Let me just get a pair of long nose. It'd be easier to turn it with a pair of long nose. Oh, bloody hell, man. Still slightly crunchy. But I've been washing it the best I can. And, oh, Pete's sake. That's as good as I can get it. Better off for these ones. That's as good as I can get it. But at least now you can't see, but I can see. It closes off. The bottom one's open now. The top one is closed. Well, actually, I suppose that's the top one if you're looking at it. But this is orientation. The pipes go downwards. So this is the bottom. That's the top. Bottom's open. Top's closed. That way, that's as far as I can get it to go. The bottom one is fully closed. The top one is halfway open, but it won't go no more. So that's obviously how it's supposed to go. Yeah, it's working. So this is the situation that we're at currently. So this was this chock-a-block. The chances are that heater core is also chock-a-block, and this is going to get chock-a-block again with rubbish. Got a brand new radiator. I can't get a heater core. They're out of stock. So I'm going to put this back on. If it works, happy days. I'm putting what's it called? Engine flush in the rad anyway. So it's going to flush all through the engine, all the radiator. It's going to flush through the heater core, through this valve. Hopefully, it'll break down any gloop and dirt, rust. It'll break it all down. And then in a couple of months' time, or weeks' time, whatever, I'll let all that out. And we'll just keep cleaning it. And hopefully I won't need to buy a new heater core. It'll sort of unblock itself if it is blocked. But we'll find out. There's only one way to find out, and that is to find out. So let's go and put this back on, and hopefully we don't have any leaks, because I haven't got any new O-rings. And we'll go from there. Happy days, man. Bloody hell. I nearly forgot about the last little thing. Now, this little piece here is the bit what snaps off. Now, this has to be glued on regardless, because... if it ever focuses. Look at that. It's still coming out of there. Jesus. I'll tell you what, man, this is pretty serious. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So this has got to be glued on there regardless. It only goes on one way. You can just about see the imprint. I've cleaned it up, so a lot of it's come off now, but I can see it with my own eyes. The imprint of what way around it goes. It's got a cut-off corner on one side. So I'm going to super glue that on with some industrial strength super glue. And if it works, then happy days. So, yeah. Nearly forgot all about that, bloody hell. Went all the way back out there, started putting it back on, and I was like, damn it, forgot to glue that back on. While I'm waiting for this super glue to dry, just want to say, some of you probably already said it, or maybe you're thinking it. You can bend those little tabs back and then you can take the valve apart. Yes, probably can, but I've been there before on similar things like this. Messing around trying to bend those tabs back ain't worth the aggro, because you end up breaking the valve anyway. I've been there. It might be fine with these valves. I've never done one of these valves for a Talbot before, but similar things where you think, oh, I'll just bend the little tabs back, separate it apart, clean it all out, put it back, bend the little tabs back. It's not that simple. A lot of the time you mess around so much trying to bend them, they won't bend, and then you snap the plastic, and then you've had it. So I've left it alone this time. But as I say, it might well be possible. There might well be some of you that have done it with these exact valves on Talbots, and you've bent the tabs back, taken it apart, happy days. But I left it. Finally time to fill it up. Now, this is what I've got. Jenny Cam. Made in Britain, which is one of the main reasons why I like to use it. But it's very good stuff. I haven't seen it for sale in any shops. It only seems to be online. Bloody phone's ringing now. Alright, yeah, so bloody good stuff. I've got the red stuff and antifreeze 5-year engine component protection, which shields against rust and corrosion. Stuff I got this time. Bloody good stuff. Been using it for years on the Land Rovers and all kinds of things. It's a shame that it's not sold in actual shops where I can walk to a shop and buy some. You have to order it online. At least I've not seen it. If you know of any shops where that sells this, let me know. But I've not seen it anyway. But time to go and fill it up. Well, doesn't appear to be any leaks yet. So hopefully there won't be any. Turn the fans on. This one's full of leaves. See the leaves in there. So there's not a lot coming out of this one. There's some leaves blew out of this one, but we've got hot air. We've finally got hot air. And out the other side. So I've flushed it all out with water as much as I possibly could. Now I've put the antifreeze in it. I've bled it all out as much as I can. Loads of leaves and stuff in the ducting, so I might have to take it all apart anyway, get all the leaves out. At least we got hot air now. There's not a lot coming out of this one. It's a bit coming out. I think it's because of all the leaves. There's more coming out now. Happy days, man. Couldn't be better than that. Still, I hope we don't spring any leaks. I'm going to leave it running for a little bit longer. Hope we don't spring any leaks, and that is that mended. How's it going? It's the aftermath now. I've got to do all the tidying up. I'm absolutely knackered. Absolutely knackered. Probably went to bed at about 2 o'clock this morning, actually. And I've done a lot today. Anyway, we've got heat. The radiator seems to be working. We haven't sprung any leaks as yet. I'm going to double check it tomorrow. Took a little while to bleed it because for some reason it kept getting air in the matrix, but I think I've got all of it out. Hopefully we'll be alright. I've got to put all the little cowling thing back on. I'll do that tomorrow when I double check it for leaks. But we've run out of time for today. But there we go. Just goes to show that you can mend those valves as long as they're not actually properly broken on the inside. That little top bit is a bit that breaks off quite often, but mine was full of gloop and rust and all kinds of stuff. So I've super glued it on with some quite good, where's it gone? There it is. This stuff, Everbuild Stick to Industrial Grade Super Glue, medium viscosity formula for non-porous, blah 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 blah. Bloody good stuff. I stuck my finger to the table with this once and I couldn't get it off. I had to cut my skin off. Very good stuff. So hopefully that'll stay stuck on there now forever more. But if not, the minute I see the other valves go in stock, I'll get one and I'll put it on the shelf as a spare valve. So if it ever breaks off, the one I mended, I can just put a new one on. But they seem to be few and far between. Very difficult to get hold of those valves brand new. Coastal Motorhomes doesn't have them in stock. I can't find them in stock anywhere. I will ring them up though and ask them when they're going to get a new stock. The one that I bought says that it fits that model, but it doesn't, as we saw. They're completely different. So think about that if you're thinking about doing this. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope it helps you out. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll catch you a lot later on. Treat people nicely. Treat people how you want to be treated. Don't try to change people just because you don't like them, the way they do things. And that way, we'll all get along. Have a very nice day. Take care, you lot. All the best.